Hi, I'm Richard Kiley. In this video, I'll be talking about task-based language teaching, or TBLT. As a way in, I'm going to talk about PPP, a traditional form of instruction in language teaching. Now, PPP means present, practice, produce. In the PPP classroom, the teacher leads and controls everything. So there is limited space for student activity and student agency. PPP also involves a linear syllabus. So there's one chance to master grammatical rules and other language elements of language. And finally, in the PPP format, lessons can become a bit tedious and predictable, so not the best way of motivating learners. The alternative which has developed is task-based language teaching. In TBLT, the focus is on meaning rather than form, on the things we do with language rather than the features of grammar and other rules. TBLT focuses on activities which engage students in using language in diverse and creative ways. TBLT involves the 4 language skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. TBLT has the potential to recycle language knowledge, such as grammar and vocabulary. TBLT aligns in many ways with theoretical understandings of the processes of language learning. For example, current research into language learning emphasizes the importance of meaning-based language production. It emphasizes noticing, where learners using the language identify what it is they should be using and also what it is they still have to learn. And finally, it promotes the notion of languaging, which emphasizes the process of working out, actively working out, the language that's needed to complete a given language function. In defining tasks, there are a range of approaches have been developed. According to Willis 96, tasks are activities where the target language is used by the learner for a communicative purpose in order to achieve an outcome. Another interesting area in recent research is the notion of how teachers use tasks. A study by Anden and Ecker 2009 illustrates 4 functions for teachers. First of all, tasks are ways in which teachers get students to use their own words, to communicate their own meanings. Second, the tasks are contexts in the classroom where the language of the classroom is made more like the language of the real world outside the classroom. Third, tasks structure activities. There's an outcome and then the students have an awareness of the structure of the lesson that the teacher has planned. And then finally, they are reference points for language input. So teachers can introduce explicitly or focus on particular language forms which benefit the students. To say a few words about the future of TBLT, TBLT, with all its variations, has become the predominant approach to language teaching in terms of what we find in course books and other learning materials, in the content of teacher education programs, and in quality management schemes around the world. While there may be still some questions of effectiveness of TBLT, the promise of greater effectiveness is likely to come from further variations and adaptations of TBLT rather than another teaching method or approach.